Hello everyone, my name is Rochelle Innocent and I'm the founder and CEO of Project Purpose. Welcome to our channel. Our community is focused on fostering the intellectual and character development in children. We do this through our parent-child workshops that are focused on 4 themes: autonomy, self-efficacy, compassion, and self-concept, in order to cultivate grit, perseverance, and resilience in each child. At Project Purpose, our overarching mandate is to renew and rebuild family, community, and relationships. Our different social media platforms provide us with an opportunity to have discussions and to create space on all topics that relate to family, community, and relationships with ourselves as well as with others, with a primary focus on mental health and education. More precisely, the ways that the institutions of mental health and education play a role and have played a role in our societies at large. These discussions and debates provide us with an opportunity to think critically about what needs to change within these structures for us to live up to our bold slogan, support, protect, and empower each child through youth-focused development, better known as leadership in juvenescence. We recognize that in valuing our children's leadership potential, this also translates as recreating and co-creating environments, both socially and politically, that will enable our children to thrive. For those of you who are particularly keen on the topic, we also write thought pieces every other Sunday. We actually just dropped a thought piece this past Sunday, so be sure to meander over to the website and check out our online content. Now, if it is the case that you're looking for a listening alternative, well, we're available on 12 different podcast platforms for your listening leisure, and we provided you with access to the links in the description down below. Now, as is the convention, be sure to subscribe, hit that post notification bell so that you are aware of every time we post. And of course, if you like these conversations and you want to keep it going, like, comment, and share this segment. Let's get into it. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another segment here on Project Purpose. For those of you who are new, we cover topics that relate to mental health, mental wellness, and education on a week-by-week basis. And today the topic of discussion is education. And on the topic of education this week, I want to talk about the education that starts at home, and we're going to talk about the education, the ideals and norms built around each and every one of our homes. And I am someone who has a radical view on family. I don't believe in a nuclear family. I think that honestly, it creates a lot of othering, and it makes a lot of people feel that if their family doesn't fit in this ideal, that there's something wrong or off about their family. And there's nothing off about any family that's working in a functional way, right? And if a healthy family for you means you are split up and you're co-parenting and you're looking for a partner elsewhere, if a healthy family for you is watching your grandchildren, if a healthy family for you is adopting and not having your biological children. I mean, there are so many different versions of family that are underrepresented and that are just not celebrated enough. And I think that it's time to really talk about it. It's time to remove the guilt and the shame around not being the nuclear family and coming from a nuclear family, being raised in a nuclear family where everything looked pretty and pristine on the outside, but there's just so much dysfunction on the inside. I would hate to have anyone feel pressured by society to live a reality that is forced and that is inauthentic. And I think sometimes the bravest thing that you can do is choose to co-parent separately so that you can raise your children in a healthy environment. And I think that there's a lot of fear that comes with going back into the dating scene once you're a parent, and I can't personally relate. I don't personally have any children, but I was having conversations this week with a parent who was just trying to figure out their journey post-relationship with their partner. And I think that there was a lot of just mixed feelings around where they could be strong about what it was that they would compromise on by way of family and what it was that they would not. And I think that this can be a conversation that can be rife with debate, but I am firmly in the camp of if you come with children, your children come first and you're a package deal. I think anyone that has a concern with you spending time with your children, with you prioritizing your children, with you parenting and being there to nourish, to develop, and to support your children is probably not the kind of person that you want in your life or you want to create a relationship with if they feel inclined to compete and to compare against the attention that you're giving to your children. And I think that this is something that we don't talk about enough, like what is appropriate, like what kind of partner is the best kind of partner to blend your family with. And again, I'm talking from the perspective of someone who is single. I'm talking from the perspective of someone who hasn't needed to do it. But I believe that if I had children and I was going back into the dating world, there's a few fallacies I would first need to kibosh. And one of the fallacies is that for some reason I'm damaged goods, or that I have baggage because I have children. I think that this notion that children are baggage is so utterly toxic. It's so wrong, because they're children. They're human beings who are, who have value. Like, for us to call them baggage, for us to say that the parents who are taking care of their children are damaged goods, like, the language is so disgusting that I just want to first write off the language altogether. Like, your children come with you. Wherever you go, your children are there. They're not a burden. They're not the exception to the rule. They're not, something to be ashamed of something to feel like, okay, well, I have to compromise a lot more because I have these children in my life. But I think anyone who's looking for you to compromise on your standards and your expectations because you come with children is just not the kind of person I think that you want to blend your family with. And so I have actually I've been thinking about it a lot since I've had this conversation, and I have a lot of strong opinions about it. And I think that blended families can be the most beautiful thing, right? Because they're families that are a byproduct of growth and evolution. They're a byproduct of learning through trial and fire. And I think that if you made the decision to co-parent separately, like, that had to be a tough call to make, or that had to be a tough reality to come to terms with. However it is you got there, it could be like right out of the gate, it was a co-parenting situation. It could have evolved over time. It could have been because of the dissolution of the relationship. Like, however it is you got there, that was a difficult journey. I think finding a different partner doesn't need to be difficult if you level set with yourself about who you are and the value you bring. And I think when you bring children into the equation, their value, right? There's so much to be gained in being a participant in supporting the upbringing of a child, and however that translates. And I think for each family, when you're blended, it's going to translate very differently for each person, because you're going to do what works best for the balance and equilibrium of personalities within that given family, and that's okay. But to feel shame or to feel like you have to accept the fact that your children are a nuisance, that is absolutely not okay. That is not kosher. And I think anyone who wants to make you feel like, they did you a favor by dating you despite the fact that you had children is just not the kind of person I think you'd want to bring into your life. I think that all out of the gate, it's already diminishing you, trying to make you feel like you're lesser, and you're not. You're a parent. You are raising the future generations that are going to support this world and support us one day. Like, why would anyone feel like they could degrade someone or denigrate someone who's in that position? Though not everyone is up for the challenge, I think that it is a different dating pool that parents are dating within. It could feel like slim pickings, but I think even as a single woman, it feels like slim pickings. I think when you're looking for a healthy partner, it's a healthy partner for the situation that you're in. It's never just like this blanket what a healthy partner looks like. I think a healthy partner will look differently depending on what it is you bring, what it is you're looking for, and how it is you hope to evolve and develop as a family in that setting. So I thought that it would be important to come on here and just start the conversation, because I think a lot of people are figuring out, well, how do they continue their own personal journey with romance and love when they have a family to consider. And I think that your family's consideration is how you do that, right? It's not just romance and then family on the side, or romance and then try to find a way to fit the family in. And I'm dating as a member of a family, and I would like to integrate you into this family, and let's all figure out together how that translates. In any case, that's my opinion, and that's my, unsolicited opinion, because I'm not yet a parent, but I think it's important to talk about it, because I think a lot of parents are experiencing shame, are experiencing an unfair amount of self-consciousness about dating while having children, and I think that is something that we should all work at removing, because I think there's just something to be so proud of when you have children and you're raising the next generation of people. And though it can be an intimidating endeavor for someone who hasn't had children to all of a sudden have children who are beyond newborn, it can be very intimidating to consider. I think the right person will still consider it if they feel like you're the right person for them. So it's important for me to come on here and to talk about that because I have a mixed audience, and I think that for everyone who is dating with children, don't ever allow your children to be seen as a burden. I think anyone who sees that is just not the right person to integrate into your family. In any case, that was it for today, but definitely not all. Now, before letting you go, I would be remiss if I didn't let you know that we will be going live at least twice a month, every month for the foreseeable future on our Facebook page. So definitely be sure to tune in. Now, these events are paid events, so if you do see yourself participating in our community on an ongoing basis, then I do suggest that you take a look at one of our package plans. Yes, so we do offer package plans over and above our live events, as well as access to webinars and workshops, largely focused on self-mastery over and above these events. So make sure you check it out. Give us a like, follow us across all of our social media platforms, join our Game Changer community, and be the change that you want to see, allowing us a small role to play in your journey. We are on the road to 1K. We invite you all to, again, follow us, and we look forward to chatting with all of you very soon. We'll talk to you later.